Good morning, student. Myself Anil Kumar Tripathi from US Academy and Institute Gorakhpur. Today we are going to learn Unit 5, Chapter 3. Means Unit 5, Chapter 3. Chapter 3 of Unit 5 for the class 12th. The syllabus will be as per the CBSE prescribed. So in Chapter 3, that name is Network Protocols. In this chapter we will learn what is protocols, what is TCP/IP protocol, FTP protocol, HTTP protocol and PPP protocols. And we will learn some email protocols such as SMTP, POP3 and remote access protocol, that is Telnet. And after that, at the last, we will learn VoIP protocols, voice over internet protocols. So let's first we learn what is protocols. As we know, network protocols is set of rules. Network protocol is set of rules which govern the data that is transmitted over the internet. Means protocol is set of rules that govern the data. Without working the protocols, the data cannot be transmitted from one computer to another. Means all the transmission controlled by the protocols. So in the information technology, a protocol is a special set of rules. As per the book, a protocol is set of special rules that two or more machines on a network follow the communication with each other. They are standard, allow the computers to communicate. ये protocol define how the computers identify one another on a network. Means the protocols must be followed by the both computer, sender and receiver. Protocol is a standard that has to be followed by the all device of the network. Because without standard, the communication cannot be successful. So the data, in shortly I would like to say, the data transmission over the network is to be controlled by the protocols, and the set of rules means the protocols is to be followed by the network devices, that will be sender and receiver. If anyone not able to follow the protocols, it means communication cannot be successful. Although each networks is different, they all share same physical cabling. This common method of accessing the physical network allow the multiple protocols peacefully coexist over the network media. Some of the important protocols being used are as follow. The most important protocol in the data transmission over the internet is the TCP/IP protocol, transmission control protocol. It is transmission control protocol. It is, I am talking about this transmission control protocol, that is known as TCP/IP. TCP/IP are the two protocols that are used together, and together they form backbone protocol of the internet. Means TCP/IP working together. Without TCP/IP nothing. Without IP, TCP cannot be nothing. Means TCP/IP protocols that are used together, working together, and they are working as a backbone on the internet data transmission. Without using TCP/IP, without following the rule of TCP/IP, the data cannot be governed, cannot be transmitted over the network. They can also use for the private networks, intranets, extranets, when are the setup with direct access to the internet. Your computer is provided with copy of the TCP/IP program. Means when we will install, if any computer, any laptops having the network interface card, that is adapter, so when we will install the adapter, TCP/IP protocols automatically will be installed in the each computer. all platform, even Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac, all the operating system must have follow the TCP/IP protocols. TCP/IP has two major components, TCP and IP. Means TCP/IP not a single protocol. TCP/IP is a transmission control protocol. IP protocol is a TCP/IP suite. There is a set of protocols. With the TCP/IP, there are number of protocols working together. Just like Telnet, FTP, UDP, SMTP, these are the protocols that working with the TCP/IP. So I am talking about the only two majors. There are number of protocols working with the TCP/IP, but only I am going to talk about the TCP/IP, that is two major component of TCP/IP protocol suite. So here TCP/IP protocol data, this is one. The transmission control protocol break the data into number of packets. Firstly, you have to learn shortly. Transmission control protocol. Transmission control protocol is responsible to transmit the data from sender to receiver. In shortly, you have to know it. Transmission control means the protocol that control the data transmission over the network. To govern the data, to transmit the data, that protocol is TCP. Means TCP is responsible to transmit the data over the network, govern the data over the network. So how it will be governed? It will depend on the TCP. So the transmission control protocol, how the data transmit? Suppose that if you like to send 1 GB data from one computer to another. So 1 GB data cannot be transmitted over the network easily, because as per the speed of the network, as per the speed of the strength of the network, at a time 1 GB data cannot be transmitted. So there is a TCP. TCP is working with UDP. So UDP protocol, user datagram protocol. UDP's full name is user datagram protocol. User datagram protocol break down the large amount of data into packets. That is known as chunks. Understood? So TCP break down the large amount of data in number of packet. Or the number of packet is break by the UDP protocol, user datagram protocol, that is working with TCP. So the data transmission control protocol break the data into packet that the network can be handled efficiently. Means 1 GB data cannot be transmitted at once over the network. So TCP means UDP protocols break down the large amount of data into number of packets in the small packets, and each packet having the sequence number, serial number. So packet number 1, then packet number 2, then packet number 3. As you can see, you can understood it. When we browse any website, the website, if speed is slow of the network, your website is open slowly. How it is? Due to UDP protocol. UDP protocol breaks down the large amount of data into number of packets. So when the packets, we will receive the first packet, then second packet, the third packet, then fourth packet. So we will receive on UDP protocol, TCP protocol send the data in the number of packets. So easily data will be transmitted from one computer to another. The best example, it is working as a transporter. It is working as a transporter. If manually, suppose that if you would like to send large amount of goods, so many goods from one location to another. So we will consult to the transporter. Transporter will, how we will transmit, how many trucks, it is depend on the transporter. Transporter will book your goods and he will send little bit in the first truck and little bit in the second truck. Understood? So same as UDP protocol break down large amount of data into number of packet that will be easily handled, efficiently handled. It manages the, and same as at the receiving end also. At the receiving end also, it manages the assembling of So it can be easily managed. So at the receiving ends, it manages the assembling of messages or file into smaller packets that are transmitted over the internet. It verifies all the packets. At the receiving end also, it will be verify all the packets are received or not. It verify all the packets when they are arrived at the destination. Destination means at the receiving end, at the destination computer, and then reassemble, then reassemble all them in the proper order. Data can be lost. Data can be lost intermediate network. So TCP adds support to the direct errors or lost the data and trigger retransmitter until the data correctly completely received. Suppose that we have sent the 10 packets from the sender computer send the 10 packets to the receiver ends, and if any packet is lost in the network or not received, then TCP again send the acknowledgement to the sender computer, and then sender computer will send the packet number 8 to the receiver again. When reassembling at the receiving end, it will be possible when all the packets will be received in the proper order. What is the responsibility of IP protocol? Internet protocol. Internet protocol providing the address to transmit the data over the network. IP protocol. It provides the address to move the data, to transmit the data over the network. The internet protocol handle the address. Just I am talking about the address. So see, here is given. It handle the address part of each packet, so it reach at the right destination. It is right destination. It give the distinct address called IP address. Each data packet, each gateway computer and the networks check this address to see where the message will be forwarded. Means suppose that there is, when the data will be transmitted, so in between there are number of gateway will be work. So each gateway computer will be check the where data is to be delivered. Then it will be forward. If it not the receiver ends, it will be forward from one gateway to another gateway, one gateway to another gateway, until your data will be not received by the proper receiver. Suppose that a computer, example, suppose that students A want to give any data to computer E. So A will give data to the E. A will give the data to B, B to C, C to D, D to E. So in between A to E, it is a sender. A is a sender or E is a receiver. And here B, C, D, these are the different gateways that working between the networks as per the strength and length of the network, because internet is a network of network, is a number of network is connected together. In network there are two type of address: physical address and logical address. Physical address and logical address. Physical address are the fixed. Physical address are the fixed, means there is only two physical address, that is sender and receiver address. Sender and receiver address is a physical address, and in between the address that will be changed to route the data from sender to receiver. That address will be changed time to time. That will be logical address. Just now I have given the example. अभी मैंने आप लोग को समझाया है कि कंप्यूटर ए से डेटा कंप्यूटर ई पे जाना है, तो ए से ई पर डायरेक्ट जाएगा नहीं, क्योंकि बीच में बी सी डी 3 है. तो ए टू बी, बी टू सी, सी टू डी, ये जो एड्रेस बना है आपका ए टू बी टू सी, सी टू डी, इट इज ए लॉजिकल एड्रेस. टू अचीव द गोल, डेटा को रूट करने के लिए बीच में जो एड्रेस चेंज होता है उसी को हम क्या बोलते हैं? लॉजिकल एड्रेस बोलते हैं. आई होप यू ऑल अंडरस्टैंड. एग्जाम्पल, एन आईपी एड्रेस आर द यूनिक. व्हाट इज आईपी एड्रेस? IP address are the unique address for each computer in the network. Unique identifier address of each node in the network. An IP address is unique identifier for a node or a host connection on a IP network. An IP address is 32 bit. What is the length of the IP address? There is 32 bit. 32 bit binary number usually represented into 4 decimal value. There are 4 decimal value. Means there is a 4 class and each value corresponding to 8 bits. There is a 4 class A, class B, class C, class D. Just like I am to giving example 192.168.72.1. So it is a logical address. Sorry, it is a IP address. So there is a 4 decimal value. How many value? Represented into 4 decimal value. Each representing 8 bits. Each class length is 8 bit. And runs will be not to be more than 255, from 0 to 255. Just here below given example. Here 140.179.220.200. It is a IP address, and in the internet each device will be known by the IP address only. So IP address is unique identifier address for each node for the each devices that is connected to the internet. Even a laptop, mobile or desktop computer. Next, internet authorities assign range of numbers different organization, and the organization assign the group of their number to department. IP address given the gateway machine, so move the data from department to organization in the region and then around the world. Just again the example is given here, good example. The internet authorities assign the range of numbers to the different organization. Assign the range of numbers to the different organization. Suppose that a company X, I have given the range of the IP address 150 to 200. Means 150 to 200, only 50 computers, only 50 IP address I have assigned to the particular organization, particular company. So that will be easily handled for the gateway and internet authorities also. IP address use the client server mode. For what? Client server mode. IP address TCP IP use the client server mode of the communication in which a computer use. Client make the request and the server provide the request to the service. You have learned it. Next protocol I want to explain you all. File transfer protocol, FTP. Which protocol? File transfer protocol. File transfer protocol is responsible to transmit the file from one computer to another, from sender to receiver over the network. This is the simplest, best example. This is the simplest and one of the oldest protocol designed for transmitting the file of any type, ASCII encoded file or binary file, any type of file. Any images, any file that we are downloading or uploading over the network, that is possible by file transfer protocol. FTP protocol is responsible to route to transmit the file over the network. FTP is based on client server principle. FTP is based on the client server here. FTP is based on client server principle. By giving the FTP command with any remote address, the file transfer can be initiated in any FTP interface. Client computer identify the FTP server either by IP address or by host name. There is two methods. IP address, throughout the IP address is to be identified, or by the host name. Host name means name of the website. The name of website is known as a host name. Same as we can create a host computer for the FTP, so we can assign, user can assign a host name for the FTP also. By host name, it is an efficient means to send and receive file from remote host. If you want to send a file from one computer to another over the internet in the large geographical area, so FTP protocol is most and simplest and oldest method. Nowadays we have so many technologies, throughout we can send the file from one computer to another over the network, from sender to receiver, but oldest method is FTP. Throughout the FTP, data is transmitted, file is transmitted by the FTP protocol. Next is hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext HTTP is protocol that is used for transferring hypertext. What is hypertext? Hypertext may be text, image, sound or video. So HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol, that used for transferring the hypertext, that it may text, graphics, image, sound or video between two computers, and particularly used on the World Wide Web. It is a TCP/IP based. HTTP is also working with TCP/IP suite. So it is TCP/IP based communication protocol that provide standard for the web browser and server to communicate. Means all the web browser using hypertext transfer protocol to communicate with the server. You can take the best example, imagining it, when we are browsing any website or web page on the browser automatically added HTTP protocol for what? To communicate client and server. Without HTTP protocols, we are unable to browse, we are unable to open, navigate any web page that will be stored on the server. So it transfers the hypertext. Hypertext is stored on the server. So HTTP is responsible to browse, to transfer the HTTP data, HTTP text that is stored on the server. Then it will be visible by the client computer. Hypertext is the text that is specially coded. Hypertext is not normal text. Hypertext is a special text that is coded. Coded means that is known as HTML document or web document. In same page you can know it. Hypertext is the text that is specially coded using the standard coding language called hypertext markup language. Means the documents, the web page that we have created, the programmer, the web page that he has created, that is known as web page or web documents. So web documents is easily developed by using HTML, or there is so many language that is XML also. So you have learned hypertext is not a normal text. Hypertext is coded text that is developed, that is coded by hypertext markup language, HTML, that is known as web page or websites. It means the information that is stored in the form of web page or website, that text is known as hypertext, and hypertext must be browsed with the help of hypertext transfer protocol. Means any data that is stored on the server, if client want to browse it, the client computer must have to be follow the HTTP standard. HTTP is again client and server based. Just now I have explained कि HTTP is based on client server principle. Client must be using HTTP protocol. Browsers, it will be work for the client computer, so browser must have to be follow the standard of HTTP, then it will be browsed, then data will be transmitted from the server to client. And all the requests, suppose that if you want to upload, save the data from client computer to server, then is to be followed the HTTP standard. Next, point to point protocol. It is the point to point protocol is used for communication between the two computers using the serial interface. Which interface? Serial interface, mostly the personal computer connected to the phone line to the server. Again, you understand it. Point to point protocol is used for communication between two computers. Using serial interface, mostly for what? To whom? Mostly personal computer PC connected by a phone line to a server. For example, an internet service provider may provide you with the PPP connection so that the ISP server can respond to your request, pass them on the internet. It means, suppose that if you want to use internet, you have an internet connection that is provided by ISP. So point to point protocol, suppose that if you have requested the any kinds of the action or instruction is to be followed by the ISP server. Which computer? ISP server may provide with the PPP connection so that ISP server can respond to your request and pass them on the internet. Then your ISP respond the action and transmit your data to the server. Means here ISP computer working as a point to point provide the communication between server to client. Again, you have listened it. Point to point protocol is used for communication between two computers using a serial interface. Which type of interface? Serial interface, one to another in sequential. A personal computer connected by a phone line to a server. For example, a internet service provider may provide you. आपको कोई वो क्या प्रोवाइड कर रहा है? एक सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहा है. कैसा कनेक्शन? PPP कनेक्शन. सो दैट ISP सर्वर, कौन सा सर्वर? ISP मतलब इंटरनेट सर्विस प्रोवाइडर वाला सर्वर, चाहे वो BSNL हो, चाहे वो वोडाफोन हो, चाहे वो जियो. अंडरस्टूड इट? So that ISP server can respond to your request and then pass them on the internet. तब उस मैसेज को आपने मैसेज भेजा, वो मैसेज किसके पास गया? ISP सर्वर के पास गया. तब ISP सर्वर क्या करेगा? उसको भेजेगा इंटरनेट पर, तब वो जाकर के सर्वर पर कहीं डिलीवर्ड होगा. Then pass on the internet and forward your request to the internet respond back to you. It was basically designed to help communication between two systems through the telephone line, as it is support transmission on the network packets over the serial point to point link. PP is sometime considered a number of TCP/IP suite protocol. Again, I have explained it. TCP/IP is sometimes considered a member of. It is also member of TCP/IP suite of protocols. Essentially, it encapsulates and packet your computer. So packets your computer, TCP/IP packets into PPP frame, then forward then to the server over the serial transmission line such as telephone line, ISDN, etc. Understood? Again I want to explain email protocols. Which protocol? Email protocol. Email protocols having two SMTP and POP3, post office protocol, and C, simple mail transfer protocol. Both are responsible to transmitting your mail from client to server and delivering your mail to the receiver. One is responsible for transmitting and second one is to deliver, to store. SMTP is stand for simple mail transfer protocol that allow the transmission of email over the internet. Means in the first line you can understand, first statements you can understand, SMTP is responsible to transmit the email over the internet. Which protocol transmit your emails? SMTP transmit the mail over the internet. Most email software are designed to use SMTP for communication. Maximum email service provider that provide the email service for the user using SMTP for the communication. It only works for outgoing message. For what? Outgoing message to transmit from client to server. I have sent the email, so SMTP work for the sender. It only work for outgoing message, the message that is sent. So when email has to be sent, the address of their ISP, internet service provider, SMTP server has to be given. Its actual mail transfer is done through the message transfer agent, MTA. The actual mail transfer is done through the message transfer agent, MTA, so that the client computer must have to be client MTA and the server must have the server MTA. SMTP actually define the MTA client and the server on the internet. The message that the email that is sent by the sender, the same mail is transmitted by the SMTP and the mail will be stored on the server. On which server? Email service provider server. Until user had not logged in. Suppose that when we are logging our email on client computer on our PC must be synchronized with the server. Then we are able to read our message. So the message that sent by the user is to be transmitted is to be governed by the SMTP and the mail will be stored on the server. When the message will be stored on the server, then receiver user log in with the ID and password and read the all message that is stored on the server. SMTP is reliable. SMTP is a reliable and easy to set up protocol. Message there the get to the recipients. Over there is an error message that explain why that was not possible. SMTP is reliable and easy to set up protocol. Message either get to the recipients or is an error message that explain why that was not possible. One of the purpose of SMTP that is simplifies the communication of email message between the server. It allows the server to break up different part of a message into the categories over the other server can understand. Any email message has sender, recipients, or sometimes multiple recipients. A message body can actually title the handling on a message. So it is suppose that any one message is to be sent the number of recipients. So it to be categorized as per the email service provider and is to be sent their server. So now we are going to learn POP, Post Office Protocol. You have learned SMTP, responsible for the transmitting the mail from client to server. On which server? Email service provider. Now we are going to learn Post Office Protocol, that is known as POP3, Post Office Protocol version 3. 3 is version. Post Office Protocol 3 or POP3 is third version of wide separate method of receiving mails. What is doing? Receiving mail. Mail is sent by the SMTP, and at the receiver end, just I have explained, the message that is sent, email message that is sent by the sender is to be transmitted by SMTP, and email will be stored on the email service provider. After that, the next responsibility of the POP3. POP3 is responsible for the receiving mails. Which protocol is responsible to deliver the message from email service provider to the receiver end, that is POP3. अब जो डेटा, जो मेल ट्रांसफ़र होगा ईमेल सर्विस प्रोवाइडर और रिसीवर के बीच में, वो कौन करेगा? POP3, पोस्ट ऑफिस प्रोटोकॉल. इसीलिए इसका नाम क्या पड़ा है? पोस्ट ऑफिस प्रोटोकॉल. आपके घर पे लेटर कौन ले आता है? पोस्ट ऑफिस पोस्टमैन लेके आता है. किसका मेंबर है? पोस्ट ऑफिस का मेंबर है. तो किसी एक यूजर ने मैसेज सेंड किया, ईमेल सेंड किया, अब वो ईमेल एसएमटीपी लेके गया कहाँ पर? ईमेल सर्विस प्रोवाइडर के सर्वर पर सेव कर दिया, स्टोर हो गया. अब जब आप यूजर लॉगिन करेगा तो सर्वर से, ईमेल सर्विस प्रोवाइडर के सर्वर से वो क्लाइंट कंप्यूटर पर ईमेल कैसे, कौन लेके जाएगा? पीओपी लेके जाएगा, पोस्ट ऑफिस प्रोटोकॉल 3 लेकर के जाएगा. जैसे मैंने कोई जीमेल से मैसेज किया, ईमेल किया, अब वो मेरा ईमेल जीमेल पे जाकर के जीमेल सर्वर पर सेव रहेगा. अब जीमेल सर्वर से याहू के सर्वर पर कौन जाएगा, और याहू के सर्वर से क्लाइंट कंप्यूटर के पास कौन लेके जाएगा? POP3 लेकर के जाएगा. अंडरस्टूड? सो पोस्ट ऑफिस प्रोटोकॉल 3 is third version of wide separate method of receiving mails which receive and hold emails for an individual until they are picked up. SMTP वो तब तक रिमेनिंग रहेंगे सर्वर पर जब तक इंडिविजुअली यूजर रिसीवर उसको पिकअप नहीं करता है. SMTP has to be disadvantage. SMTP has a disadvantage that if the destination computer not online, अगर डेस्टिनेशन कंप्यूटर ऑनलाइन नहीं है तो आपका मैसेज डिलीवर नहीं होगा. और पीओपी क्या करेगा? उसको तब तक ईमेल सर्विस प्रोवाइडर पे तब तक सेव करके रखेगा जब तक रिसीवर कंप्यूटर उसको ओपन करके रीड नहीं कर लेता है. नॉट टू बी पिकअप, तब तक वो सर्वर पर पड़ा रहेगा. इट होल्ड्स. SMTP हैज ए डिसएडवांटेज दैट इफ द destination computer not online, mail cannot be received, so that the SMTP server receive the mail on behalf of every host, that the representative host interact with the SMTP server. Now I would like to talk POP server. POP make it easy for anyone to check their mail if their email program is configured properly to work with the protocol. It is extremely common among the most mail server because it is simplicity and high success rate of mini-miners. It can work with the virtually and any email program. It is working with, I am going to example, POP3 is working with the Microsoft Outlook. Next, telnet. Next is telnet. Telnet is remote access protocol. If you want to access remote computer means by the internet, and user want to access the computer that is stored on the large geographical area. Remotely, if you want to access any computer, so there will be work by the telnet protocols. Telnet is the main internet protocol for creating a connection between the remote machine. To whom controlling? Remote machine controlling. It allow you to connect remote computer to remote computer, that is known as remote host, over a TCP/IP network. It is also member of TCP/IP protocol. A TCP/IP network such the internet. On your telnet client establish a connection to the remote host. Your client become a virtual terminal allowing you to communicate with the remote host from anyone's computer. Whatever privilege you may have been granted to the specific application and data on the host computer. Means user fully can access remote computer from large geographical area. By the using telnet, user can access another computer throughout the internet. One your telnet client establish a connection between the host. दोनों कंप्यूटर के बीच में क्या बन जाएगा? कनेक्शन बन जाएगा. Establish connection between the host. Your client become a virtual, और client क्या बन जाएगा? ये वर्चुअल टर्मिनल बन जाएगा जो आपको अलाउ करेगा, अलाउइंग यू टू कम्युनिकेट विद दी रिमोट होस्ट फ्रॉम योर कंप्यूटर विद दी व्हाट एवर प्रिविलेज. मीन्स हम अपने कंप्यूटर से उस कंप्यूटर को यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं एज पर दी प्रिविलेज ग्रांट बाय दी होस्ट कंप्यूटर. अगर होस्ट कंप्यूटर मुझे प्रिविलेज देता है तो मैं यहाँ से अपने माउस से कोई भी डेटा, अपने कीबोर्ड से कोई भी डेटा, कोई भी फाइल वहाँ पर ओपन करके रीड करके वहाँ पे चेंजेस कर सकते हैं. जस्ट लाइक आज हमारे पास बहुत से ऐसे डेस्कटॉप शेयरिंग सॉफ्टवेयर आ गए हैं जिसके थ्रू एक क्लाइंट रिमोट एक्सेस हम कर सकते हैं. किसी भी कंप्यूटर को आसानी से हम एक्सेस कर सकते हैं अगर हमें होस्ट कंप्यूटर ने प्रिविलेज दिया है तो. कोई भी डेटा ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं, कोई भी डेटा डिलीट कर सकते हैं, कोई भी चेंजेस हम रिमोट होस्ट से कर सकते हैं. टेलनेट क्लाइंट्स आर अवेलेबल फॉर ऑल. टेलनेट क्लाइंट्स सभी सॉफ्टवेयर पर होता है, सभी ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम पर होते हैं. टेलनेट क्लाइंट्स आर अवेलेबल फॉर ऑल द मेजर ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, जैसे कि मैक ओएस पर भी है, विंडोज से भी कर सकते हैं, यूनिक्स एंड लाइनेक्स से भी कर सकते हैं. टू द यूज ऑफ द क्लाइंट गो टू देयर रिस्पेक्टिव कमांड लाइन. ये कमांड लाइन के थ्रू पॉसिबल होता है. कमांड लाइन से हम टेलनेट देंगे, आईपी एड्रेस किसका लेंगे? होस्ट का लेंगे. वो मुझे अलाउ करेगा टेलनेट से, मैं उनके कंप्यूटर को आसानी से यूटिलाइज कर सकता हूँ. आज नाउडेज engineers, software developers are mostly using telnet. Third paragraph you can see here, telnet is mostly likely used by the program developers. किसके थ्रू? प्रोग्राम डेवलपर्स के थ्रू. कि अगर कोई रिसीवर इंस हमारे क्लाइंट्स के सॉफ्टवेयर में कोई प्रॉब्लम आ रही है, and my clients are unable to respond them, unable to solve them, then मैं यहीं से सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलपर लॉग इन करके, रिमोट होस्ट करके क्लाइंट्स के कंप्यूटर को आसानी से सेटअप कर सकता है, उसके एप्लीकेशन को यूज कर सकता है, जिससे लार्ज जियोग्राफिकल एरिया के ट्रेवलिंग बचेगी और ऑनलाइन उसका प्रॉब्लम भी सॉल्व हो जाएगा. कम पैसे में, कम एक्सपेंस में भी काम हो सकते हैं. नाउ चैटिंग रियल टाइम चैटिंग, IRCTC, सॉरी IR चैटिंग प्रोटोकॉल्स, IRC, इंटरनेट रिले चैट. Chatting is possible online मीन्स क्लाइंट एंड क्लाइंट कह रहे हैं, रिसीवर एंड सेंडर बोथ मस्ट बी ऑनलाइन ऑन द सेम टाइम. ये रियल टाइम इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन ओवर द इंटरनेट इज चैटिंग. कैसा कम्युनिकेशन? इनफॉर्मल. ये रियल टाइम इनफॉर्मल कम्युनिकेशन ओवर द इंटरनेट इज चैटिंग. ये चैटिंग एक सॉफ्टवेयर होता है. बाय यूजिंग यू कैन सेंड द टेक्सुअल और ग्राफिकल मैसेज वन टू अनदर. ये चैट प्रोग्राम इज ए सॉफ्टवेयर विच इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर चैटिंग ओवर द इंटरनेट. AOL इंस्टेंट मैसेंजर, Complifier, Internet Messenger, MSN Messenger, Google Chat, so many. Rediffball, Yahoo, all measures providing a chat software for the chatting over the internet. Nowadays we have I would like to talk on the Android platform. There is so many chatting software. By using we can chat over the internet, on the online relay chat. Messenger are commonly used for chat. In order to chat, the user should have an account. दोनों यूजर के पास, सेंडर और रिसीवर दोनों चैट करने वालों के पास must have a accounts. In order to chat, user should have an account on a chatting program, on a messenger. Just like if you would like to use Google Chat, you have to Google accounts. Rediffball, the Rediff accounts. MSN chatting messenger, you have to be MSN accounts. So nowadays we are using WhatsApp for the chatting. You have to be WhatsApp account. You want to use Facebook Messenger, you have to be Facebook accounts. What is Internet Relay Chat? IRC. IRC protocol is used for chatting. IRC किसके लिए काम करता है? IRC protocol is used for chatting. It provides the chatting between the group or between two individuals. Only for the in between two individuals, two users, not for more than one. It was developed by the Jaakko Oikkarinen in the Finland in 1980. It is based on the client server model. The IRC client send and receive message and the IRC server. You will send the message, it to be stored on the server, then server to send the information to the receiver. In the same way, suppose that if you are chatting with the WhatsApp, so we will send the message that to be received by the WhatsApp server, then WhatsApp server send the message to the receiver. The receiver server identify every user throughout the unique address. Throughout the unique nickname, each user is assigned a unique channel in case multiple discussions are taking place. Just like group discussion, group chatting. What is VoIP? Voice over Internet Protocol is also chatting. We can talk, we can call throughout the internet. VoIP stands for Voice over Internet Protocol. It enable the transfer of the voice using the packet switches network rather than using public switching telephone network. By using VoIP software, phone calls can be done using the standard internet connection. This method is making phone calls in such cheaper and conventional way of cause of service to telecommunication companies is not used. There are 3 different methods of voice over internet protocol. Just now, as today we can call by the internet. We can call from by using WhatsApp, call from the Facebook Messenger. So this so many type of software that enable the calling that is possible by voice over internet protocol, VoIP. So VoIP provide the voice communication by the internet. So it have some special type of software that provide voice communication over the internet. ATA. What is ATA? Stand for analog to digital converted. Analog to digital. It is used to connect the telephone device to the computer. It is used to connect the telephone device to the computer. Device to the computer. Telephone with the computer. Computer is type of digital device. And the data that is transmitted over the telephone is analog. So ATA, analog to digital converted. The data is converted into digital. This digital, then it takes the analog signal from the phone and convert them to the digital signals. Means the data that is transmitted over the telephone line in the form of analog, and the data is to be accessed by the computer that to be in the form of digital. So ATA, analog to digital converted. Firstly, the data is to be translated into digital, then is to be received by the computer and access them. These digital signals can know to transmit over the internet. Some providers also are bounding ATA free with their services. Nowadays, some internet service provider providing ATA analog to digital, means modem, in the free of cost. What is IP phones? IP phones are appear much like an ordinary telephone or cordless phone. They are directly connected to the router or the LAN. IP phone are appears much like an ordinary telephone or cordless phone. They are directly connected to the router or the LAN. They have all the hardware and software necessary right obtained on board to handle the IP calls. IP phone are sometimes calls voice over internet protocols, telephones, as IP phones are soft phones. मीन्स कुछ ऐसे फोन्स होते हैं जो डायरेक्टली इंटरनेट से कनेक्टेड होते हैं और इंटरनेट के थ्रू कॉलिंग कर सकते हैं. जैसे कौन से फोन हैं? SIP फोन्स और सॉफ्ट फोन्स. व्हाट इज कंप्यूटर टू कंप्यूटर? कंप्यूटर टू कंप्यूटर. It is the most easy and simple way used to voice communication. It is the most easy and most simple way to use voice over internet protocol. Is the basic hardware requirement as follow. Client computer होगा, internet, speaker and microphone. Suppose that if you like to use want to call by the computer from one user to another, तो हमारे पास ये चारों कंपोनेंट्स होना रिक्वायर्ड है. कंप्यूटर में माइक होना चाहिए, स्पीकर होना चाहिए, इंटरनेट कनेक्शन होना चाहिए और कंप्यूटर तो होना चाहिए. These 4 components must be required if you'd like to call with the computer. You can take the best example through the laptop. If you'd like to call, लैपटॉप में स्पीकर है, माइक्रोफोन होना चाहिए, कंप्यूटर आपके पास है ही है, दैट इज लैपटॉप, एंड इंटरनेट कनेक्शन होना चाहिए. सो दीज मोस्टली 4 कंपोनेंट्स आर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द कंप्यूटर टू कंप्यूटर कम्युनिकेशन फॉर द वॉइस ओवर इंटरनेट प्रोटोकॉल. दिस में the only cost individual with the computer to computer voice over net is monthly ISP fee, और उसके लिए हमें मंथली रेंटल फी पे करना होता है. सो अप टिल नाउ यू हैव लर्न व्हाट इज प्रोटोकॉल्स. अगेन आई वांट टू समराइज यू ऑल. प्रोटोकॉल इज सेट ऑफ रूल्स दैट 2 or more machines are on the network have to be follow the communication for the communication each other. Means it is a set of rules. Set of standard rules that has to be followed by the all network devices that is connected on the internet. for the communication. TCP/IP, it breaks the large amount of data into number of packets that packet is to be easily handled on the internet. IP protocol is a protocol that provides the IP address to the deliver the packet on the individual's computer to the receiver. So it gives the distinct address. डेस्टिनेशन कंप्यूटर का एड्रेस कौन देता है? आईपी एड्रेस देता है. विदाउट प्रोवाइडिंग आईपी एड्रेस टू आईपी एड्रेस ऑफ द रिसीवर एंड्स where the data will be transmitted. File transfer protocol is responsible to transmit the file from one computer to another over the internet. So all the networks, all the IP address you have learned. So thank you. And next chapter will be, I am going to there. Next chapter is chapter 4 is mobile telecommunication technology, that is known as another word network security and internet. We will learn in the later on chapter. Thank you.